Planning to have an uninterrupted electricity and water supply from solar energy in the Gambia and beyond? Worry no more, because Solar Enterprise will provide you with the solutions at reasonable cost. We have experienced personnel who can install and advise you about your electricity and water supply with a warranty period. We have good quality solar products from North America and Europe. We provide services and sell products to individuals, organizations, institutions, private offices, communities, and government. These products are solar panels, batteries, charge controllers, inverters, water pump, water heaters, freezers, submersible pumps, and general solar accessories. Visit our stores at 48 Karaba Avenue and Brusubi Highway, or you can call us on 7657 479 980-8483, 340-9400 or 635-9906.
Are you thinking of owning your dream homes? EJ Investment is here for you. Secure our quality bungalows with 2, 3 or 4 bedrooms, or our story buildings 3 or 4 to 5 bedrooms at very affordable prices with flexible payment plans at our Sanyang Seaview Estate, where you can enjoy the cool breeze with modern infrastructure such as tar roads, covered drainage system, modern electrification with street lights, gated entrance with security posts, and social amenities such as gas station, shopping mall, medical clinic, park, schools, children daycare, and a lot more. Our dedicated team of professionals will keep the estate clean at all times, provide security and patrol team within the estate premises, install latest technologies such as CCTV, Wi-Fi, home network installation, solar panel, and power backup system. Also, check out for our additional home facilities and interior design service such as premium tiling, wall plaster, home landscape, fingerprint home lock, and a lot more. Visit our office at Senegambia Kololi Highway and get a free site visit tour, or contact us on 4464838. WhatsApp us on 3259220. Or you can visit our Facebook page or Instagram on EJ Investments. EJ Investments, we are first in properties.
Islamic microfinance is becoming an increasingly popular mechanism for poverty alleviation, especially for developing countries around the world. This microfinance service adheres to the principles of Islam as a form of social responsibility. Yona Islamic Microfinance is the Islamic microfinance of choice in the Gambia, trustworthy and reliable. At Yona Islamic Microfinance, we provide savings products, current accounts, financing products in conformity with Islam. In addition, Yona Islamic Microfinance also offers local and international remittances, takaful fund, management of zakat, management of awqaf, trading and investment, and building of strategic partnerships to bring financial services to the doorstep of the poor with donor projects, madrasas, youth organizations, women groups, and farmer organizations. Make a choice with Yona Islamic Microfinance today. For more information on Yona Islamic Microfinance, call 377-2151 or 9832-151, or visit Yona head office at Tipa Garage, Bakote, or visit any Yona branch located countrywide near you.
Hello and welcome to the brunch on Fatou Live. I'm Lamin Cham, welcoming you to once again our weekly look at current affairs in the Gambia. Well, this week, of course, we have an unusual venue for the brunch, and that's not because we went spacious place, but thanks to, of course, electricity problems, we had to quit the studio to occupy our grounds here, which I think, from the look of it, looks like a fantastic place if you really care for space and fresh air. Right, that aside, I welcome you to this panel this week. I have at the far left of the panel table here, Esa Njai. He is a member of the Civic Society organization and a political science lecturer at the University of the Gambia. He is our analyst in the program today. Esa, welcome.
Thank you.
Now, I'm pleased to introduce that we have a new political party, and maybe this is the first time you will ever hear of this party. I'm pleased to announce that we have the All People Salvation Party. All People Salvation Party is the new kid in the block, so to speak, to enter the Gambia's political terrain. We are with the party leader, who is called Sambou Kalilu Barrow. Mr. Barrow, welcome to the brunch for the very first time, I guess.
Thank you very much.
Good. We also have the Democratic Party leader, Yusupha, or just Y Dumbuya. He will also take us through to the programs of this new party as well, Democratic Party. Y Dumbuya, welcome to the brunch.
Thank you.
And of course, we have a representative from the United Democratic Party campaign, a member, and also a strong member of the organizing committee there, Dudu Kassa, who is Dudu Kassa Jatta, of course, who is very well known as a staunch foot soldier of the United Democratic Party. Mr. Jatta, welcome to the brunch.
Thank you.
The first time, I guess?
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you.
Now, let's start with Mr. Dumbuya, or rather Mr. Barrow, because you are the new kid in the block, so to speak. Kalilu, rather, Sambou Kalilu Barrow, can you tell us a little bit about yourself before we go to your party, the All People Salvation Party?
Thank you, Mr. Cham. My name is Sambou Kalilu Barrow, the firstborn son of Alhaji Kalilu Barrow and Ajaratunde Kinte of Kintakunda Jania, Lower Badibu District, North Bank Division. It is at Kintakunda where I started my first Quranic education from my late teacher, Alhaji Sambujam Fofana. And also, I also went to Kintakunda Primary School in those days, in the early 60s. When I completed in the by 70s, I went to secondary technical school. I was at Latukunda Secondary School from 1970 to 74, where I did my secondary 4 exam. And then after a year or so, I joined the teaching cadre as a non-qualified teacher. I taught as a non-qualified teacher and then sat to the college entrance. And I passed in I joined the teaching cadre in 1975, September, and in 1977, September, I passed the college entrance to join the teacher training education course for a 3-year program. And then from there, when I got qualified, there at Gambia College also as a student, when I was graduating, I was fortunate to be to won the overall excellence prize for the 3-year educational career that we have done at the college. And also I won the college mathematics prize, the best prize in mathematics in 1980. There also I was the student imam at Gambia College. I wrote a book on how to pray in Islam. This was launched by so many Islamic scholars, like the late Imam Lamin of Banjul, the late Hata Bojang, the late Ibrahim Karamba Shedili, the late Bandin Rami, the late Imam Karamo Ture of Brikama, and Palaj Samba, and many Islamic scholars
many people attended
from Banjul.
Yes.
And then from there, I joined the teaching cadre for about 5 years or so. In 1986, I went back to Gambia College. I was teaching in both primary and secondary school. I was teaching mathematics in secondary schools. And I went to Gambia College again to do FTC, where I specialize in biology major.
Okay.
And then after some time, I joined the teaching cadre. I was promoted as deputy headmaster. And then this following year, I was awarded scholarship to do a BSc program in Nigeria, where I studied in Nigeria. But shortly before going for Nigeria, I registered my interest to go for university education. In 1992, I registered my interest in politics to contest for Lower Badibu constituency.
You did that?
Yes.
For which party?
For PPP.
Okay.
Then, unfortunately, for me, I was not nominated, but because Sadauda being a Democratic, he wanted to sponsor me as the candidate for that area, but he never wanted to impose me on the local people.
Okay. So the constituency
committee
picked somebody else.
They gave the chance to the then incumbent, though Sadauda was waiting for a disagreement over his candidature. But there was a disagreement, but this never filtered to the party executive. This is why I was not nominated. So in 1993, I left for, they gave me a scholarship to
study in Nigeria.
To study in Nigeria. I would say because Sadauda has seen those leadership qualities in me, this is why his government gave me a scholarship to go and study. So from there, in Nigeria, I spent 6 years where I did my first degree and second degree in management studies. I did BSc, MBA in management studies. And then I came back. I later joined the civil service again. I taught for 1 year. 2 years, I transferred to 99. 1 year. I went to Ministry of Trade on departmental transfer as an economics. Then from there as senior economics. And then I was promoted as principal labor officer again. And then I got my last promotion as deputy commissioner of labor, where this was the position that I maintained until my retirement in April 2019.
Okay.
Yes, but then there is also one interesting thing that I will tell you as an HTC student. I contributed to knowledge as an HTC student. I propounded the theory of what you call the genotype and the phenotype of the teacher with reference to upgrading course in the of teachers in the Gambia College.
Yeah, we know.
So I propounded that theory.
Fantastic.
Yes,
so an impressive academic career, professional academic career. No, so now let's talk about the Old People's Salvation Party. First question, nobody has heard of it, although we had a glimpse, a glimpse of you on, social media talking about it way back 3 months or so. But is the Old People's Salvation Party even registered?
No, you see, we came at a time when, there is a transition on IEC.
Yes.
In the sense that they are moving from the old voters card to the new voters card.
Yeah.
And they have already sent their files to National Assembly. You know how bureaucracy is.
Okay.
So as it is now, so there is a hold on. No registration can take place of any party at the moment unless the National Assembly gives a final approval.
I guess what you were trying to say, the Aisha at the time has said that because if you are to register a party, you need attestations of voters.
Yes.
And at the time, the voters card were going to really be replaced with new ones.
That's right.
So that was what they said. If you really want to be interested in forming a party, you wait until the new cards are available. Is that not what you are waiting for?
Well, they are saying that at the moment they know their work. They said they are waiting for National Assembly to give green light. So this is why they cannot entertain any registration at the moment. But there is also this option of one contesting as an independent candidate also.
Okay, so are you going to go with the All People's Salvation Party before December? You will register it, or you are going to contest as an independent candidate?
Well, it's not yet certain. We have to see what comes, but then we are prepared to contest either as a party or as an independent candidate for come December 4th.
Since the formation, since your revelation as somebody who's aspiring to be presidential candidate, what have you particularly been doing, or your party, the Old People's Salvation Party?
What we did is to sensitize the people. We have sent some audios. We've informed we've informed our elders at village level that we are interested, and we sought prayers from them. And then we also meet individual people. Currently we are planning to come out to do our first political rally at Canifing Estate. We slated for 11th on Sunday, or 11th September at 4:30 p.m. at Canifing Estate football field.
How has been acceptance like for you and your party across the country? Because we haven't had much from you. Where you come from in Badibu, we are told most of them are either UDP or NPP. How can I ask you, how do you think, how confident are you that you will ever even get supporters from that area, let alone the whole country?
Yes, you see, they as UDP or NPP or any other party, that is before the advent of APSP.
Oh, really?
We are quite different from any other political party, not only in Gambia, but in the entire Africa, because we have new ideas. We have new visions.
I'm talking about new visions. I've got curious because I got to, you are saying among the things you are going to discuss at that rally include how to put an end to military coups in Africa, how to introduce Council of Elders as part of governance, and you also call what we have Kambani Mansa presidential system for Africa, the birth of economy independence Africa. You said the creation of 100,000 jobs. Well, that's probably not string. A monthly salary of 5,000 to 2,000 for the 2,000 imams, including Christian pastors in the country. And then you want to change the Gambia's name to Great Gambia.
Yes.
Come on, those are quite, let me say, strange, if not really weird, programs that, curious, let me say. How do you want to go about it? What do you mean by all these things?
Yes, they will sound very new to you, but then you see, we believe, as a party, that, the structures of governance, that is the executive, the parliament, and the judiciary, we feel that they are inefficient, they are deficient in maintaining or bringing stable and lasting democracy in Africa. Okay. So we believe that these three arms of government is not adequate. There should be the fourth arm, that is the Council of Elders. And we borrowed from our traditional system of how how Dabada Dabada system is being governed at family level, how the Majlis is being governed at family level, and Kambane Mansa at village level, you know, who is answerable to the alkali of the village, like and the community leaders. So that is Kambane Mansa in the sense that is the alkalo and the community elders will instruct them, go and bridge that local Barrow, what you bridge, go and clear the graveyard, go and clear the surrounding of the town so that fire will not corrupt in.
So that's what you call Kambane Mansa system.
Kambane Mansa is directly answerable to the community leaders. He has no power or something like that. So this is the beauty of our culture. Good. This is the excellent.
You also said in your government you will make the families, or one of them at least, the families of Usman Koro Sise Deda Haidara Solo Sandeng and the Gambian Americans killed, as well as Rafia Amida. And also, you know, you want to make Tufa Jallo Minister for Women's Affairs. You want to make family members of these slain journalists and political activists or politicians ambassadors.
Yes. You see, this...
I think people, one would have just said if you seek justice on their behalf or probably consider compensating them, that would have been enough. But you want to make them their family members ambassadors. Why?
Why? Because, you see, these people, this is based on what a theory that we have propounded again. This is what we call Trinity of Time. Is a tool for fair power sharing and cultivation of patriotism. Good. This is also another contribution that we have made to knowledge for political scientists or students of politics who could learn at the universities all over the world. We are saying that, I mean, as Gambian, we should not forget the past. And we should not also, as we are in today, and we should also look at the future. That is the three events of the world. That is today, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. This should be factored in our political calculus. Okay. Yes, this should be highly factored. Okay. So can you allow me to elaborate more on that? We are saying that these people, in one way or the other, they are patriotic Gambians. They were heroes to some extent. So this is why some of them, they lost their life, or they were victimized by the former regime because of their patriotism. So this is why we need to compensate them, as Nelson Mandela did to Thabo Mbeki. Thabo Mbeki was his comrade in the struggle, and he died in the struggle. So he ruled for 5 years and allowed Thabo Mbeki as a compensation to Thabo Mbeki's father. So Gambians also should not be selfish. We should remember this thing. Not only that, but not just giving them. Even if you give them $1 million, it will get finished. But they want that honor and glory that their parents fought for.
Esa, a lecturer of political science and member of the civic society. We are going ahead to hear from DP. But I want your perspective on, as curious as Mr. Barrow may sound, he came out with novelties like Kambane Mansa and some of the things I outlined. What's your first impression of the so far, the Old People Salvation Party?
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Cham. Just to say that, Badibo and Kerr, the joking relationship we have, Gambia is nice now. At least Badibungas are coming up to form political party. So that's I will send my congratulations to him, and of course the people of Kintekunda and entirely Badibo. Yeah. So, but then on a more serious note, I think I first watched his video. If I can remember, that was in Kintekunda, I think. Where you made a video to say that there's this party called All People Salvation Party, and then also I watched another video, I think, where you were reading your manifesto. If I got it right. And basically the manifesto, there was something that he said, which I mean, was so interesting to me. And this is an opportunity for me to ask him how that is practicable. But he mentioned that we have 3 arms of government. And the 4th arm needs to be there, which is the Council of Elders. But just to remind him, that there's already a 4th estate or 4th arm of the government, which is the media.
Yes.
So I don't know how the media people will feel about that. That, you know, somebody is coming, a politician is coming to just, I mean, kick them out and bring another arm of government, which is the Council of Elders. Okay. So I'm interested, because you said that this Council of Elders will comprise, I think, you know, is it going to be imams and alcalos and all that? But this Council of Elders, he said, correct me if I'm wrong, is going to be they're going to be the commanders in chief of the armed forces.
Wow, Council of Elders.
Yeah, I don't know how this will work. Our Council of Elders can be commanders in chief of armed forces.
But Republic first.
Yeah, exactly. but on a serious note, I mean, I think also, you know, as we head towards 2021, definitely these things are normal, that we will have more political parties. We all know in liberalized political systems, the tendency of parties emerging is very high. We were living in a dictatorship for the past 22 years. And the fact that the political space is open now, multi-party democracy is promoted, political parties tend to emerge. We have seen this in Africa, you know, after the Cold War, when the Cold War ended in the early 90s. Before that, we were one-party systems all over the continent.
Yes, that's right.
In Ghana, in Kenya, you know, in Ivory Coast, even in close to Senegal here. A lot of countries adopted one-party system. Gambia was seen as you know, one of the leading examples of multi-party democracy on the continent, because at the time of independence we had multi-party system. The Gambia Democratic JC5 Party, the Muslim Congress, Gaba Jahumpa, the PPP, the UP, all these were there. But coming to the 90s, we saw political parties emerging as a result of the 3rd wave of democratization, because the political space was liberalized. The political conditions attached to aid by Western government was that you must adopt multi-party democracy before we can provide aid. Aside from the economic condition, which was that you must adopt the structural adjustment program before we provide aid. As a result of that political condition, many leaders were forced to open the political space and allow different political parties to exist. We saw some incumbents lost, some incumbents won. But then it's normal also, because Gambia, we were having multi-party democracy even under Jammeh, but the political space was not that open. It was tightened. You understand? There was, I mean, rampant and consistent violation and suppression of political views. We
only had it nominally.
So we expect this as we move towards 2021. After the change in 2016, we expect that more political parties will come. But my concern, as a concerned citizen, I'm more interested in parties coming up with policies and programs that are tangible, policies and programs that speak to our realities, policies and programs that can really change the dynamics, the trajectory of this country after 2021. 2016 was a vote for democracy. We voted for democracy. 2021 should be an election for development. Gambians should be voting for development. And this development cannot be attained if really political parties cannot, at any point, I mean, come up with tangible policies that speak to the realities of Gambian situation. Sometimes politicians can come up with theories here and there, but are these theories really applicable? I mean, I will agree with him that we need to look into context. Context matters a lot. We need to contextualize our policies and programs as political parties. But then they also have to be realistic. How do they affect the life of average Gambian? I mean, we cannot just say that, oh, we have to look at our culture here and there, but how are these practicable? I'm looking at, I mean, changing the name of the Gambian to Great Gambia. How does this affect? How does this bring development to the people of the Gambia? I mean, providing leadership position or ambassadors to these families. Are you telling us that you're promoting nepotism? Because there are a lot of victims out there. It's not only Tufa who was a victim, because in fact, Tufa's own is not even confirmed. These are just allegations. It's not confirmed by any competent court of law. You mentioned Solo Sandeng. It's still at the courts. The trial is not done. You mentioned Deda Hydra, all these people. I mean, are they the only victims in this country? So if you mention these people and want to compensate them, give them positions, how about the rest, the thousands of Gambians out there who also been victimized more than these people? What are you going to do?
You have ambassadorial position for all of them?
Ambassadorial position for all this. If you tell me Council of Elders will be the commanders-in-chief of the armed forces, where on earth, since the creation of the world, where have we ever seen that? You want to come up with new ideas, but these new ideas must also be realistic. They must speak to the realities of Gambia.
Good.
We cannot just come because the political space is open. Everybody wants to come in and then just say whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
Really, you know, it's a serious. I mean, I consider 2021 election as a very important election. It's a crucial election for this country. It's a country for development. Therefore, we must press our politicians. Everybody is allowed to come, but we must scrutinize their policies and programs. The manifestos must really speak to the realities of Gambian situation. And I'm telling you that I'm saying that Gambians must scrutinize. Anybody who cannot convince us with tangible policies and programs, whether you're incumbent or opposition, we just don't have to vote for you.
Good. We will of course reserve Mr. Barrow to come with answers and more, a little bit explanation on this Council of Elders and other things. But we're going to hear from the, and again, for the very first time, we're going to hear from the Democratic Party, or just simply DB, whose leader, or simply Y Dumbuya, is with us here. Mr. Dumbuya, can we quickly start with you introducing yourself, and then we go straight to the party, the Democratic Party's policies and ideas for 2021?
I want to start by saying all praise is due to Allah, Tawakkal to Allah. We thank Him for presence here. We thank Him for the people of Gambia. We thank Him for giving us the opportunity to be here today.
Amen.
Thank you, Mr. Lamin Cham, and the crew members here. I want to thank my Vice President, Mr. Balde, who is here, my campaign manager, and my presidential advisor, Yama Sisi. I want to thank the people with me here, on my right, left, and the great professor with me. Right to the point. I think we should hold our politicians accountable. I said it in this forum before. I, by now, been here for the second time. I need no introduction, but I'm a Gambian by birth. Went to school here, educated here, and out there, attended university, graduate. I'm here as a Gambian, simple Gambian. I'm the leader of Democratic Party. Democratic Party came into being since 2017.
Is it already registered?
Yes, it's a registered party, yes.
Okay, very good.
And just to add, you see, folks, I want you to listen a little bit. I didn't know the professor on my left. And he rightly put it. Talk to me, Gambia, in 2016. He rightly said in 2016, we came from a minimal democracy. We form a coalition, we come together. That's what is needed at that time. But this election right here is about no other thing but for change, for better, for all people. We will not talk about democracy. We cannot be stuck in democracy for the past 53 years. It's about changing the condition of our people. That's what this election is about. And this is right here from Professor. You get it right. I will pick it from there, stage by stage, and answer to the Gambian people. Thank you, media, for holding us accountable.
Thank you. Right. So let's hear from what has been the activities of the Democratic Party since your registration to date, and what are the plans immediately as we go very near into the elections?
Correct. I've never revealed to the media the manifesto of Democratic Party. Today I will read that loud
and
clear to you all, the Gambian people, to our people in Europe, in America, and in Gambia right here. Our manifesto speaks for itself. And then what has we been doing? We've been doing something in 2017. To the surprise of many, we are a new political party, yes. But we are not new in the system because we did the homework. You can't just, it is a joke. Just get up and come up and say, I'm going to contest for election and be the president of Gambia without doing your homework. Because the president have the bank. The president have the soldier. The president have everything. How do you compete with someone with unlimited resources at his disposal? You must have a plan. And you must have a development plan for Gambia. So you are dealing with two fronts. The Gambian people see that you have something tangible and is solvable, right? So they can get there together. And second, the plan, which is the campaign. So we've been doing that, Mr. Cham, for 4 years.
I see.
Just so you know that. And I said in this very forum last time, the Kassa,
Kassa.
I said I'm almost ready to make a prediction on the ground in Banjul. I'm dead serious about that. Victory for Democratic Party. Because I have already taken the 3 corners in Banjul due to my political strategy.
From the NPP who are claiming that they are the biggest? Esafal is launching his campaign there today, and they all said Banjul is their base.
Listen, I don't think so. The Gambian people are naive with mere rhetoric. These politicians just speak, you know. We must pass this mere rhetoric. It's time. Put it down, put it out there. It's dead. It's not coming back. You take your country back. A new generation, a new direction, better Gambia for all. We're not going to allow them now or in any time in the future. We want development for our people. Talk to me, Gambia. For 53 years, bag of rice, the politicians use the same tactic, using the condition of our people, the condition they created, poverty. Poverty, they created, blatantly created by this government, so you can be dependent on them instead of be free. So a bag of rice, these promises they gave, last time President Barrow said 2016, 500. Well, let me ask you, Mr. Cham, how much is the bag of rice? Depending
on which type you want, you can pay as much as 1,700.
Is that information from the president correct?
Well, on the circumstances, yes.
Answer me, Mr. Lamin. Now, is this how you want to rule Gambia for 53 years, promises that never uphold? That's what they've been doing. Nothing is new. So the Gambian people, you have your vote. Take this vote seriously. I can be here, talk to you 24/7. If you do not respect your vote, it means no good to the Gambian citizens, the poor, the disability, the women, the seniors, and all of you sitting here. These votes matter. This is why the great professor is talking about. Let's stop political rhetoric. Let's see what works. United we are, divided we fall.
Okay, you're talking about that. Okay, there are many methods, people's approaches to how we can get people united for a given cause. It's difficult in the Gambia, given that everybody is partisan. Recently, they have been talking about coming together in another form of coalition to achieve a change, because many believe this theory that, well, in the Gambia, since we have seen the 2016 experience, political parties must come together if they want to topple the incumbents. Do you believe in that idea? And even if you believe, what kind of coalition are you likely to welcome?
Well, I don't believe in that idea because it's...
You don't believe in coalition?
I don't believe in
You want
coalition.
to fight for your own?
Oh, yes, because I think it's a joke. You know, listen to me, folks. We are not stupid. Don't come in here with your political ideology thinking to fool us. In 2016, talk to me. Those are smart people. Honorable Halifa Sallah, Mama Kande. Who else in that coalition? Mr.
Well, Kande actually opted out of the coalition.
Kande, sorry, Mr. Kande, sorry, I didn't mean. Yeah. But Ahmad Ba was in that coalition.
Yes.
Is that right? And my father was in that coalition. That's the timing. You know, we have to look at the relevancy of the situation. The timing was perfect. There was no pressure on them Talk to me, Gambia. No pressure on them. They form in and write that statement, and they sign it. Yet still, the Gambian people right here, we've been deceived again. It failed on a most suitable condition on the ground. They signed it. The coalition failed. It only one objective. They unseated President Yahya Jammeh. After that, the coalition ruffle. It's all rumbled down, everything. Now you come talk to me about coalition when you cannot hold your promises to the Gambian people, 3 years to 5 years. Now we're talking about 15 years in power. I don't work with people who deceive the Gambian people. I have no part of it, Mr. Cham.
Okay,
and
that is, of course, I mean,
and I
the
think
other
if they do it will fail again.
Now, if they do it without I'm talking about new. Okay, recently in the news, there have been some suggestions from some people in the diaspora. You are familiar with them.
Yes.
One Musa Jeng, for example. I'm going to ask Mr. Barrow and Mr. Njai as well and Mr. Jatta about this. He said probably there should exist what he calls a third force. That is a coalition of parties who are not NPP or UDP, because he believed the UDP and the NPP are the same. They come from the same school of thought. So if there is a third force, probably that will give the people better alternative. You believe in that?
I answer.
Yes.
No.
No way.
You know, I read his comment today.
Okay.
But the reality of this, he has a good thought.
Yeah.
It's not practicable. He has theory.
Okay.
Now you listen to me out there. He has theory.
Yeah.
Because look, like him, living in outside, you can do all that talk. But once you're on the ground, you look at the situation, it's totally different. They cannot make you win an election in the Gambia. Number one, they cannot vote. They have the right to vote. Your government does not have the finance to make that credit to the government. Maybe they don't have the finance, all right?
Oh, well, there are suspicions that they probably think they are not popular there, so they torpedoed all attempts to get it.
Well, they
That's
do.
the allegation.
I'm not going to go
they
there.
They always
right?
deny that.
I'm not going to go there.
Yeah.
I left Gambian people to be the judge for that, all right? I don't criticize. I lay down my policy for the good of the Gambian people, all right? I don't criticize, all right? I speak the truth. Now, that's one. Second, what they can do, the diaspora, as they're listening to this program now, and many more programs to come, whether UDP or whatever program, whether NPP, whatsoever, to come in here, all right, to look for the best interest of the country. I beg you, Gambia, we have to pass this state. I've been on my knees. Let's use competency to drive our decisions. So they can call their families in, vote for this person, vote for this person, and that will make some. They have some influence over their family member. That would be a great help to me, to him, to UDP, to Barrow, to anyone. I think that's where their power lies.
Okay.
But the real situation is on the ground.
You know, you tend to discount the idea or any suggestion of a coalition, saying you don't subscribe to it because you think it is never effective. But then, one would see new political parties such as yours, DP, that quite frankly, not many people in the Gambia even heard about it. If people like you, they do. But then one would always...
Because I have, unknowing to you, I have taken over the country. I have representation everywhere. I have over 23 forums, 25 forums. Can you answer that question? How many forums do I have over there?
No, that was
campaign manager.
Okay, listen.
How many forums? Talk to me. 22.
22 forums, right. But one can still say that in realistical terms, you talk about realistic. You say we must be realistic.
Yes.
Realistically, you cannot measure yourself against established parties like APRC, like DOI, NPP. I'm not saying that you are not as big as them, but at the moment as it stands, in the thoughts of so many people, you are new and coming. That's why all the more reason the thought and the suggestion about allying with other parties can help probably propel you to reach areas you cannot normally do by yourself.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will propel me, not individual.
Really?
God will propel me, not individual. But my thought, Gambia, listen to me for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Mr. Cham, I'm not naive in the political system.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
I see what works since Jawara time and what don't work. So a smart individual look at that and capitalize. That's one weapon. And two, the same old system, government people are tired of it. Right? We all know the same old system. You know the same old system? The same old system, bribery, giving money to people, using their condition and inducements like that. People are tired of it. But I have believed that majority of Gambian people, like the great professor and other people here, who really put the interests of their country as Khalifa Sallah says supreme, their votes matter. They are awake now. And if they are awake, they are looking at better options. And I think they will look at us. The other people have already looked at us. You know, we already, my confidence lies on the strategy I'm unfolding. Because you don't know, places like Nyomi, just cross there. Dumbuya is there. You want to go to Galemanda Bansang, Dumbuya is there. You want to know what the people of Nyamina say? Now listen to me. Verify, right? We must not just speak empty rhetoric. We must back it by evidence. Gambia, anything, who said anything to you, back it up with evidence. No evidence, don't submit it. Politics of deceiving our people is over. So you go to Nyamina, this is what they say. Talk to me, say, that's my president. They say, I can go in there and collect all their voters' cards and get ready. They will vote for us.
No, doctor.
Well, but I'm not naive to take their vote for it. I'm going to fight for everything to the end. All right? So I've been politicking for 4 years on the ground. So my groundwork is not ready in Badibu. But now Badibu is coming. All right? So I have until December to turn that around, inshallah.
Yes, sir. Before we move to the UDP, I mean, he seemed to agree with most of the observations you made, and he called you professor out of deep respect. But I'm concerned that he's over-optimistic. I mean, when I look at the terrain, I look at the strength of the DP, I'm inclined to believe that probably it's a new rising party. But he said he has bigger clouds than I probably calculated for him. Do you agree with him?
Well, you see, this is politics, and when politicians speak, we tend to understand from where they are speaking from. No politician will stand and say, my party is small. They all claim,
even if they really look
that their party
small
is big.
In reality.
But the fact also is, like, we always measure the size of a party using three yardsticks. We first use the
Facebook crowds.
No, I mean from the angle of political behavior, which falls under the purview of political psychology, we judge the size of parties based on three criteria. One, we look at the membership, for instance, that they have. Two, we look at the percentage of votes that they acquired in the past election, the recent election. And if there is a third one, we use the number of seats that they have in parliament. But in the Gambia, we cannot claim to use official membership because there is no party here that records, I'm not sure, I can't correct that, but I'm not sure.
Maybe attempts, but
that records its official members are known. That
card-holding members.
Exactly, these are official members. So the other yardstick that we could use is this percentage of votes that they had in previous election. But currently we cannot determine that as well, because in the presidential election 2016, it was a coalition between UDP, NRP, DOI, and all that. So you cannot claim that these parties suddenly had this percentage among the 43% that the coalition put up. I think it was 43%. So for
but
GDC,
in the National Assembly election,
that's what I'm coming to. So the only yardstick that we can use in the Gambia is the National Assembly. I said this
even
in a
that
forum
has
just,
changed.
Even that has, but we can
changed.
still use it as a yardstick because it was a tactical alliance, many people say, but the tactical alliance itself failed because we've seen coalition members, parties within the coalition contested
competing
amongst themselves. So I said this in the forum, some people disagree, but people who really understand will tend to believe that if you go by the National Assembly election, for instance, the biggest political party in the Gambia, hands down, will be UDP because they have the highest in parliament. And that is why when you say the majority leader is from the UDP.
Absolutely.
So that is certain. I mean, if we want to judge other parties to say...
if it was parliamentary democracy, it would be a UDP-led government, no doubt about it.
So parties like GDC, going by the previous elections, we can also say they are a formidable force. Even though anecdotal evidence provides that they're losing some of their
defectors,
their supporters to NPP, but they
even
are.
UDP
So the
has
parties,
defectors.
exactly. APRC too, we can judge the APRC, gauge the size of the party because of the previous election. If we say today UDP is the biggest, if we are to go by any second party that is the biggest, we will say APRC. Because they pull out up to 39% in the past election. Then if we are and they also have up to 4 parliamentarians, Do you understand? So if we go by the third one, probably it will be GDC. So for the parties that are yet to contest election, even NPP,
we don't have any barometer.
Exactly. There's no barometer, there's no yardstick to say this is the size of their party. So for now, from NPP, Citizens Alliance, DP, all people.
You said they are all starting from square one.
They are starting from square one.
Really?
There is no. Yes, I can say this is on record. They have no. We cannot determine their size right now to say whether they are the biggest or the middle or lowest or whatever. But I tend to understand. I mean, all the politicians that are talking of recent. We've had Barrow said he's going to win when he had a meeting in Banjul, youth rally. He said those that are contesting will tend to waste their money.
Just wasting
We've also had SFL said he's going to win. We've also had Dr. Cisa said he's going to win. The CA is going to win. It's not surprised Mr. Dumbuya will also say he's going to win. And the tendency of them not believing in alliance or coalition, I think some of the, they try to be smart as well in trying to deal with this question, because it's a very tricky question. If you ask any of these new political figures now, are you going into coalition? They're careful in answering that, because people already, the perception, the mindset of people is that some of these parties are being formed. They know very well that they cannot win elections, but they want ministerial positions, so they will end up joining coalitions so that when they win, they occupy positions. That is the theory. That is the mindset of people now. So they don't just want to come and tell you that I will go into coalition, because if they say that, then some of their supporters will be like, why exist in the first place? So they're careful about that in going into coalition. But then they also know that, I mean, I always say that it's possible for a single party to win elections in this country. Many people do say that no single political party can win elections hands down. I said I disagree. It depends. You see, normally in absolute majority system, where you have 50+1, like Senegal, some of these, that is where you certainly need coalition. But in simple majority, it depends on how many parties contest. Let's say 18 political parties. If all these parties will contest, one party can have 15% of the votes and still win. Because so it depends. So if there are coalitions ahead of the 2021 election, let's say APRC, NPP force, UDP, GDC, and someone else force. We have the DOI, CA, and other forces, like a third force that they always say. It's going to be tight. It's really going to be tight. Probably, one camp must win, obviously, but it's going to be very tight in that sense. So that in that case, it will be difficult for, let's say, if CA should stand alone, UDP, GDC join, NPP, APRC join, it will be difficult certainly for CA to win. If UDP also goes alone, we have CA, GDC, DOI join together. NPP, APRC join, it is going to be difficult for UDP to win. The same applies to NPP. If they stand alone, we see coalition among other parties. It's going to be difficult for NPP to also win. But the question of this third force, I think Gambians have been looking for it, because I've been observing the dynamics in this country. Of recent, I've been sitting down trying to calculate from 2017 to now, how have the dynamics been changing? How have people been flip-flopping from one camp to the other, because I've seen that of recent. And I tend to say, like, look, it seems like there are people who are not in for NPP. For them, Barrow is not the one. He should go. But there are also people who are saying that, Barrow should go, but UDP is not also the option for them. And they tend to see that these are the two forces here. That have the chances of winning the 2021 election. That is why APRC is going in for alliance with NPP, because for them, UDP coming to power is a threat to the survival of APRC. As a result, they want a protection. A shield sort of, someone who can provide them that security, just like Japan sought protection from America in the 70s through the Yoshida doctrine. It's the same thing that is happening in our politics. And then, because those people who don't believe in NPP, who don't also believe in the UDP, and these are the forces that have the chances of winning, are the ones that are also claiming that, look, there should be a third camp. And that's where you have the comment of Musa Jeng. That is the context you can see. For them, NPP is not the option, especially going into a coalition with APRC that has been in power, that has record of their and all that. They don't want that. But UDP is also the option for them. As a result, DOI, CA, for them they see some form of No, I mean, not GDC
yes,
probably,
and
but
the
then
new ones.
yeah, GDC certainly they want it, but then people are saying that there is a form of similarity when it comes to the ideas and policies and programs of DOI and CA. Yeah. They want that these two can come together. Probably independents like SFL, the Bankies, the Marisogs, and others.
Can join them.
If they join force, really, because you also have people that are undecided.
Yes.
Undecided voters.
Exactly.
You know, they're fed up with the NPP, the Barrow-led government, but they also don't want the UDP government. So probably those people will tend to join.
Yeah.
But I always say this. I mean, sometimes people say that the majority of Gambians are undecided voters. I say this is not true. You see, this country today, if you remove APRC supporters, UDP supporters, NPP supporters, you will not have.
Who will be left?
Nobody will be left. So, you see, in the
this
Gambia,
third force, where will they get them?
The third force,
yeah.
but
with everybody entrenched.
But the advantage also is they can certainly take from
recruit
other parties.
From people. Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
And the independents, there are people who are undecided, for instance, who join these parties. Some of them are part of political parties, but they may fall for some of these independents because of their, you see, in African politics, there are 3 things or 4 things that determine the voting behavior of people.
We
have ethnicity, we have religion, we have money, we also have that level of influence, charisma. There are people today who may vote for SRFR not because of anything, but because they love him.
They love
because of the charisma. So those people may turn to fall for the CA-DOI third force coalition. And it's going to be a formidable force.
Absolutely.
It's going to make the political, the 2016 presidential election so interesting.
I'm sure. I saw that Jeng's been lambasted for using the word insurgency of the NPP and the UDP. He believes the NPP and the UDP are the same school of thought, so we should have a third force, which is not these two parties. He believes that will be
Can I say something, Professor?
Yeah.
This analysis is great analysis, okay? But what you people, I agree with the professor, but listen, with my view on this, if you take all these things out there, you're right, there'll be no one left undecided, is that right? But the real truth on the ground is, before I can intervene, or this other party, as Gambian people have little choice, all right? They've already, the other party have already been tested with the IJMA over and over. So they say, here is it now. The Gambian people are not satisfied, right? They threw President Jammeh out. Now, many of these are going in, making choices based on, they thought UDP is going to win. They have no choice, rather. They just gamble. I said gambling. UDP is the biggest party. UP going to win. I'd rather just be in the winning camp now. Many Gambians are voting like that. And the ones who are not in UDP, they hate is APRC. You have to know that the APRC leadership, or whatever, let me not say APRC, make the APRC supporters believe that Jammeh is going to come and contest in the election. So they are like that. So many of them still stand aside, all right, watching. Now those people, now the reality comes into being, many of them are not going to UDP. Maybe the leadership will go, and we know how that leadership will move, because I read the papers, all right?
Maybe to NPP.
Yes, to NPP, that leadership. That would be a mistake if you make your political calculus, because the leadership moves, that means that the grassroots are also going to move. That's not the case. If you read it like that, then you might get it wrong. And I'm sure you might. So those people want to go in and see where they can go.
I see.
And I think that's where our viability comes into play.
I see.
And then you have others who, conscious Gambians who want to say, listen, we need a new direction, a new change, not the same more politics. And then what the great professor is saying, if you look at it, people outside were plugging into just personal interest. Let's take personal interest out of politics, or let's form coalition so we can just defeat President Barrow. It's not the point of just deceiving President Barrow is the answer. Who is coming next? What do we have for the Gambian people? That's the question.
Okay.
That's it.
Now, we turn to the United Democratic Party. Like you said, that's somebody that's been tested for the last 25 years. The party's just marked 25 years of existence. And Mr. Dudu, Kassa, Jatta and a team have been busy going around the country, meeting grassroots supporters. Let me first begin by asking you, as the UDP, you personally, how do you welcome these new parties and how do you rate their chances?
Well, first of all, I'm Dudu Jatta. I'm Dudu Jatta. I welcome every new party because there is multi-party democracy, and it should be like that. First of all, I suppose not to be here. We are on a tour, and the PRO should be informed, not me. And I think I'm not going to comment so many things because we are making so many strategies for this presidential campaign election coming. I will not talk much. I welcome Mr. Dumbuya,
Thank you.
Mr. Barrow, and Mr. Njai. He is a young, talented individual who analyzes politics correctly as it's happening in this country. UDP, we are doing now national campaign tour. I'm part of it. And we are seeing so many defections from other parties. And we are hoping our ground, we're going to level it. And I'm very happy. Today is my first time to be at Fatou. And I have not much to say, but I want to stop my interview because I am...
What you can share your thoughts with us now?
My thoughts I can share with you if I am invited.
Well, UDP has been...
No, UDP has been invited, but I didn't. I came with my friend.
Yeah.
It's told me...
Perhaps it's better you participate.
Yeah, but
before you go, I know you are very busy. I just want to ask this question. You said people are defected mainly from the NPP. I guess you say going to the UDP.
Yeah.
What does that tell you? You were in remote areas like in Damfakunda, in Kianjasobo, in Dongoroba, where we had pictures that people are defecting to your party. What do you think is responsible for this mass defection, as you call it?
well, every Gambian, all around, we go over everywhere in the country, from Barrow to Koina, up till we are in Combos now, Forney, everywhere. People enjoy to join UDP because UDP is the party they like. And we have seen so many defections from Dongoroba, everybody, not even Dongoroba, everywhere in Woolly and Kantora, Jimara, and everywhere in this country. They enjoy to join UDP because we have a competent leader. We have a leader who can make this country to be one of the best countries in Africa. And UDP have a structure.
Okay. What do you make personally of this idea that some people in diaspora are saying that, okay, let's forget about UDP and NPP, they are all the same. Let's form...
We are not the same.
Okay,
we are not the same.
They come from each other anyway.
Yeah, we thought Barrow would have changed this country better.
Yeah.
And we don't see.
Okay, so you are different.
Well,
but
we are
what
different.
do you make of thinking that...
Our policies are different.
What do you make of thinking another group of parties, as they are saying, that will give people a better choice than either UDP or NPP? You agree with that? Well, what do you think that force will be? Whether there is any success? I mean, this guy is saying realistically, every political supporter belongs to a party. So if you form a third party and you expect NPP or UDP to be out of that, where will you have supporters?
I agree with Mr. Njai. When we're not going to make any tactical alliance. If any party join us, we'll accept. But we're not going to make any coalition, and UDP can win because UDP has made their groundwork since we fall apart with NPP. 3 years, our campaign and organizing committee is going on, with lead by Kerr and Talib Bensouda.
So you believe that even if you don't have anybody joining, you can still make...
No, we'll accept anybody to join us,
yes.
But we know UDP can win
by itself. Even when there is a coalition of parties against...
Yeah, because we know the ground, and we have been talking to people over 25 years now, and we enjoy talking to people and convincing them to join our party. We have so many grassroots which can go around, chase people, talk to them, and they come to our party. We have been doing that for over 27 years.
Are you not disturbed by or concerned about the emergence of independent candidates, new parties start coming up and down? Are you not concerned that this can divide the votes that probably might have gone to UDP?
For UDP, our vote is still remain. The margin there is, we always increase.
You think the emergence of the NPP, which many people believe...
No, NPP doesn't have, they always...
Many people believe it comes from the UDP.
No, NPP never get nobody from UDP. We get from APRC, DOI, from any other party.
But even Barrow was UDP, so if he's NPP now, then definitely comes...
Yeah, but Barrow doesn't have any political base, and he doesn't have no people on the ground.
Well, he said, I saw pictures, they said he has a base in Mankamankunda.
Mankamankunda, why then he's going there? We are from Bakadaji.
He's going to have a meeting there?
Yeah, we went there. We see how Jimara.
Oh, that's why he's going in.
Yeah, he's going to have 8 days. So that's, you know,
is it because of you that
yeah, we went there.
So you
for Jimara, it's UDP, GDC. Yeah, Barrow cannot have, he will not succeed there.
And that's
so, and I know for URR, Barrow will not have nothing absolutely, because UDP, our political tactics,
but the NPP
we discipline and destroy.
The NPP said Basse is their base, URR is their base, they're building bridges and roads there, so they said that's their base.
That road, it's not Barrow who bring it. It's our leader who fought, and all the documents are here. He went to China. Now, you know, me, I don't want to.
I know you.
I'm not the spokesperson.
I know you are a man of action.
I'm not the spokesperson.
Yeah, I know. But
the
I understand.
spokesperson is Mr. Tal.
Yeah,
he would have been here, or senior administrative secretary.
You are more action than talking. But let's talk about Esa. What do you make of his claims that they are taking the basis of the NPP? If you talk to the NPP, they tell you every day people are leaving UDP. Contrast this against...
Now let me come. There is nobody... Yes, okay. I didn't learn. There is nobody in this country who can chase the people of UDP. Because UDP, the people are there, and we are strong enough. They don't move. It's only when we went for this national campaign tour, we've seen so many parties, or those who are arranging, even NPP, even the people they have, they always defect. Those who put on Barrow's T-shirts and everywhere. You have seen it online. Nobody.
Okay, all right.
I believe UDP
can make it on its own.
Yeah. And we'll accept if anybody comes and join us, but we can make it 2021.
What do you make of this APRC supposed coalition with the NDP?
Oh no, that's those people are money mongers. Those who follow, those who APRC executive. Those people are money mongers. They just trying to fool Barrow to get money. But those people are not serious politicians. The serious APRC remain not to join because it's Barrow government who sees Yahya Jammeh's vehicle. If they said the Commission of Inquiry, this Janneh Commission, they have took so many things from Janneh, they seized, and Barrow's government is the one who does that. But he in turn saying that it's UDP, and UDP is not the government. So Barrow is confusion. He's a man, he's not a leader who knows nothing. He doesn't know nothing.
APRC said they're going to
APRC cannot join Barrow because we went round. We talked to their people and they understand the language, what we have said to them.
So you address them too?
Yeah, we need to talk with their Gambians.
So you are happy to that?
Yes, yeah. So for Barrow, he's failed. There will be no coalition with APRC and.
But APRC executive said they are announcing.
I said those people are 5. They are money mongers. Those people are just finding money. The APRC strong supporters never want to join NPP. Yeah.
But they will not join UDP either.
No, they will join UDP and different parties. That will happen because when Jammeh, they believe in Jammeh. If Jammeh is not.
UDP is not sympathetic to Jammeh anyway.
No, that's not true. Our leader has said before when he's from prison, he said he has forgotten.
But only
No. I am more victim than anyone in this country. And I went to victim center. If I want, I can expose them. I am arrested 27 times. I have been tortured severely more than anyone. And I got my Amnesty International. I didn't went to commission this TRRC, and there is a lot of things I can say.
But you
No. The victim center, Kijera, I can say a lot about them. They make something which is not done. And I supposed to testify because I'm a victim. Highest arrested and be tortured severely. Let me come. But the fact of the matter is this, reality on the ground. APRC, I can forgive. You can forgive and forget. We can go about our normal life. It has happened in South Africa. Nelson Mandela have been tortured, arrested for 27 years. He's in prison.
But if there is any reason APRC wanting to go to Barrow, it's because of their fear of a UDP government. They think
No. UDP will never turn. Will never. Revenge.
So they don't
we don't have that feeling. We are. Our leader is concerned, and the party itself, people there, we need to forgive and forget. That's normal.
Well,
I have been tortured. I have been seen with the people who have done that thing to me, like. I meet up with them. I never react, and I can beat them. I can attack them. But that's normal.
All right, so Esa, very quick.
I want to stop my.
You want to leave us?
Yeah, because I need to go. I'm against time, running against time. But I want to listen from Esa. He's a young man who is very intelligent.
What's your take on the UDP, on Dudu Kassa, Jatta's comments on the UDP? He said they can do it all by themselves, and the fact that he believes that the APRC, only the executive will go to Barrow, the rank and file doesn't believe in it. And he seemed to say, I made a point of that, only more reason APRC is going to Barrow is because they fear that the UDP government is going to succeed.
No, we're never going to revenge or pay back.
Yeah, I mean, with regards to the defections here and there, I think of recent we have been hearing statements and rebuttals. Yes. One camp claiming, especially between the GDC and NPP, one camp claiming that, oh, 300 people or 200 people have defected, and then the other camp coming to rebuild to say that, no, that never happened, is a lie, and all that. Not. We have seen that. We have also seen it between UDP and NPP. I think at some point last week or so, Sidinja was there to rebuild that, to say, I mean, none of their supporters, moved to UDP. So, but this is election year. We tend to understand these things. Sometimes these are, in politics, these are mind games. You try to, play with the minds of your opponent, because if you announce that 300 people or 1,000 people have defected, if someone is not politically strong, politically conscious, might tend to move that, oh, my party, we are losing my supporters and all that. Not. So it's a mind game. It's a mind game. But then I think it's only December 2021 election, December 4th, that will clear whether these defections are true or not true.
This is not a mind game. If you see online, you see people defecting. Come clearly. We doesn't say it by word.
You see those pictures? No. Those pictures appear on media.
No, those are not pictures. They are human.
Yeah, they are human, but they are pictures. They appear on media. They appear on media, but then we don't hear them. We don't hear them saying that.
No, they talk. We give them. They speak their mind, and everybody knows that.
Yeah, I understand.
But for other parties, they say some people defected. They don't see enough. They just say it by word.
I certainly understand that. But then December 4th, December 5th, we will know the results. And we will know whether Barrow is continuing.
No, Barrow will not get this control.
But I know, Mr. Barrow, one thing they can agree with you.
I know for this man,
Mr. Barrow,
it's different like Barrow. Because he's all named Barrow.
Oh, that is your Barrow.
No, they are not. No, they are different. We are all Barrow. We are all Barrow. Yes. Me, for Jatta. Yes. We are all Barrow.
So let's go back to finish with where Mr. Barrow left. You asked him to explain this Council of Elders, he believed, should be commander-in-chief of the nation, in the type of government he wants for his All People's Salvation Party. Can you start with that?
Yeah, before let me finish this. To say, I mean, like I said earlier on, this election is going to be a life and death for some political parties. They all know what is at stake.
Yeah.
I mean, especially three major parties like UDP, NPP, GDC. Certainly, if NPP wins, that might be a cause of natural death for the UDP.
Okay.
If UDP wins, that might be a cause of natural death. For the NPP. APRC as well. In fact, they made it very clear. Both the deputy spokesperson, that is Dudu and also Rambo as the deputy party leader, made this clear that they're afraid, they're fear of the UDP government. If the UDP government comes, they must certainly go after them, and APRC survival will be threatened. I think that is why we're having all these fulabalos, all these coalition talks here and there. Certainly, that is the case.
Okay.
So I asked this question. Mr. Barrow, I am really interested to know. I mean, is there a lesson? Has this happened anywhere in the world where a council of elders, I know suddenly you can come up with your own unique ideas here and there in politics or in leadership. Those are good, but then how practicable is this? You have people, a group of people who are not military or security officers, and then you claim that they should be commander-in-chief of the armed forces. First, I want to know, what is the responsibility or the role of commander-in-chief of armed forces? How could this council of elders play the role of commander-in-chief of the armed forces? That is what I want to interest in.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Njai. Now, this is a new idea that is being sold to all Gambians and all Africans for that matter. What we are saying that, if you look at Jammeh's regime, Jammeh will decide who to kill, and he controls the parliament. That is, even though they were there, but he controlled the.
They were rubber stamped.
Yeah, they were rubber stamped, and he also controlled the judiciary.
Yes, we've seen
all that happening under dictatorship. So to avoid a replica of that, this is why we have come up with this idea. In fact, this is an answer to the TRRC's examination question that has been given to all Gambians. That is never again. We feel we have the answer to that. Now, we are saying that this Council of Elders are going to be an autonomous body. They are going to be non-partisan, and they are going to act as a democratic watchdog to the executive, the judiciary, and the parliament. That means they are, in the event that the president wants to go beyond the limit what the constitution has approved for him, that is, he will not have the right to send the soldiers to go and cross a demonstration with guns without getting clearance from Council of Elders. And he will not kill somebody without getting clearance from the Council of Elders, even though the matter has gone to the Supreme Court, because they too are not efficient.
I hope they will not be all Badibunka.
No, yes, no. I'm even proposing that your Bakar Dabo of Chiang, the chairman, and lawyer Usainu Dabo be the chairman.
But they want to be president.
No, but this is what I'm saying. African presidents are giving too much. Now, what I'm saying,
So your argument is that, if I understand you, you said the powers of the president should be limited.
Should be very limited.
They should have a body that should check it. And not necessarily, because when you say commander-in-chief, the constitution allows only the president to do that.
Yes, but there will be
constitutional changes.
Yes, there will be that's right. There will be a constitutional changes.
So you want to give a role to the Council of Elders?
Council of Elders cannot act without, and then they will always have a veto power over his decisions.
Okay. I just want to ask a question. Yes. I think this part is clear. This is for both Dumbuya, Mr. Dumbuya, and Mr. Barrow. Economy. Gambians have been crying. I mean, since 1965, livelihood of Gambians, the economy has always been in bad state. We have always had inflation here and there. We've had debate between Halifa Sallah and Ismail Assise concerning their economic policies for the Gambia. And more importantly, what we're interested in, how do you change the economic situation of this country? I want to know specifically, what are your economic policies as parties? What specific economic policies do you have for Gambians? Okay. So to speak, number one, we're talking about wealth generation, sovereign national wealth. This needs to be generated. How will you generate this sovereign national wealth? That is one. And two, if you generate this sovereign national wealth, how will you distribute this sovereign national wealth to ensure the lives and livelihoods of Gambians are improved? This is specific. Are you looking inward or are you looking outward?
Very quickly, and that will be our last topic for both Mr. Dumbuya and Barrow. Yes, Mr. Dumbuya first, from the Democratic Party. How do you want to transform the Gambia economically?
Okay. Thank you very much, the great professor. Well, at this point in time, if you can spare me to read my manifesto to the Gambian people first.
If it is not too long,
it's not too long. So they can summarize. This is our manifesto.
Okay.
The Democratic Party stands for uplifting the citizens of the Gambia by making sure the basic necessity of life, food, clothing, and shelter is affordable and available to all Gambians, and move the Gambia to the 21st century by fostering broadly friendly and economic relationship between Gambia and African nations, United States, Europe, Asia, Middle East, and Russia, while simultaneously embarking on series of domestic projects and reforms which include infrastructural development, domestic and foreign investment, educational reforms, social security reform, civil service reform, healthcare reform, women empowerment and youth empowerment, and modernizing agriculture. We, the Democratic Party, have summed this party manifesto in 3 words: awakening in Africa. Hence, this almost answers your question, Professor.
Oh, okay.
It answers your questions. But look, it's a very important question because I said corruption have eaten the soul of our people. And until we clean the mess out there, things that lead to this corruption and prevent it, stop it, and if we can't stop it, we detect it by bringing system change. We cannot achieve our desired objective, a prosperous Gambia, in fact, by and large Africa. So that's the system change. Now, we're gonna, in the interest of the time, and we also have to bring competency, all right, in the system.
Yeah.
All right, we have to stop saying that we have to bring competency higher, because if you look at the head of our government now, nobody can down me this lack of competency. So Gambia, you can decide, and in fact, that's one of the problems in your hand. You cannot ask a driver of a car who never steer the wheel and say, take me to Basse. How is that possible? Is Gambia, is that what you are looking for? You can't ask us to develop Gambia, and the top level of the government, the competency is not there. We're going to have the same more thing. That's the trouble we have. So, but to answer your question, we must allow market forces to determine our economic system, the demand and supply, all right? So market forces have to determine that. And in order to do that too, we're also looking at the system where every day our goods are increased. We're having this everyday increase of prices of goods and services, and then we are not looking into this inflationary index. Everything have to be indexed with inflation. So we have to do that, and we see so many things changing. All right. Okay. So we erode this system. Can I go even further?
Yeah. Well, all right. Very quickly.
All right, very quickly.
We are wrapping up here.
We are wrapping up. All right. So we have to do waste structuring too. That will also boost in the economic system. But I'll allow you to go and look in my 10-point plan, my 10-year plan. Okay. That would in details where we'll do infrastructure reform. Yes, infrastructure reform. We have to do that, all right? Okay. We have all these systems. So in the interest of the time, I wanted to answer in detail. But
okay. So, Mr. Barrow, in 5 minutes, Mr. Barrow, how would you want to create these 100,000 jobs you are talking about? And you know how you said you have to. You know, you call it the birth of economic independence in Africa. Very quickly, 5 minutes. How do you want to go about it?
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Cham. This is a very important question, and I think all and sundry should be interested in my answer in this.
Very quickly.
Yes, that's right. What we are saying there is no miracle in economics. We have to be very practical in the way we do things. Now, we are going to create over 100,000 jobs in 1 year. This is very possible.
How?
In the first place, we are going to create what we call National Employment Creation Fund. Now, whereby every worker in this country is going to contribute towards that fund, and the businesses. So from the workers alone, there are 118,000 workers in this country.
You did that estimate?
Yes, I have done that statistics. Yes, 118,000 people. If each contribute,
both the civil and the
yes,
the private sector.
Yes, and
118,000.
118,000.
Wow.
Yes, I've got that statistics. So if you each is contributing $500 per month, that means for the month you will earn $59 million. So that $59 million this is how we are going to distribute it. This 59 million, 44 million is going to be for job creation alone, and not only that is establishing, and also you have 10 million is going to be for the payment of salaries to the 2,000 imams that I've said.
The only problem.
Yes, excuse me. Yeah. So, and 4 million is going to be allocated for social protection needs of workers and needy Gambians, those who go to the TV crying for help so that they can take their loved one to America for medical treatment or anywhere. Yes, that's right. So, and again, 1 million is going to be reserved for those students in the tertiary education, that is GTTI, Gambia College, UTG, those who cannot pay their school fees at least 1 million per month. So we are going to, that's how we are going to, and then, excuse me, now, but how we are going to create, that is direct transfer, cash transfer to the youth of this country. If you are giving $44 million, you are creating around 12,000 jobs. So, but we are not going to do that. We are going to invest into companies. Like, for instance, you take a school like Kunjuru Primary School, Kunjuru Senior Secondary School, Kunjuru Upper Basic School. You will have about over 50 or about 200 teachers working in these 3 schools. Yeah. Yes. So these 3 schools, we are going to do it behind the theory of what in economics what you call joint venture or partnership or pooled resources. So this, we are going to empower them financially, each of them out of this 44 million. If you give each staff in that school $500,000, they jointly will be able to build a factory in Gunjur where they will be able to do fish processing and where they will be able to do vegetable agro-based processing. And they are also in Katong, in Sanyan, Tanje, Brufut. If you group them together, they can buy the ship that the Chinese are owning. That is, they are going to earn over $50 million or $100 million that the Chinese are using to exploit our fishing industry. Okay. All right. So this is what we are going to do in all the regions, even those small schools in the provinces. Up in the provinces are going to be giving money to the tune of, as a group of teachers, to the tune of $10 million to do agriculture at rural level. That's and then they will be feeding these big factories in the urban areas for production. Very clear. So this is the battle. I'm happy to, with this submission, I'm happy to announce the birth of economic independence to Africa today.
Fantastic. The only problem is finally, of course, is you said the initial money should come from the pockets of those who are employed. Yes. Those who are not earning even 2,000, you want to get 500 from them to go and sponsor this. That's the problem.
Those who are, no. You see,
already they are existing. You counted 118,000.
Okay, we are saying
already there are people who are earning just a little over 1,000.
Okay, so very good. That is very good. You see,
where you are from.
I've given you just half of the money because we are going to get from the businesses as well. Yeah. You see, I told you I was a mathematics teacher and I'm a manager.
Employees who are earning just 2,000 or 1.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
How are they going to live?
No, excuse me. I'm just telling you that just for you to be able to understand how the mathematics goes on. But it may not work that way. It may pay as you earn. So you understand. I understand. So it may work. So some are going to pay more than 500. Okay. Some workers are earning over $200,000 per month. Okay. So they are going to pay certainly more than that.
I understand.
Yes. So
thank you very much, Mr. Barrow of the All People's Salvation Party, which is going to be launched, I think, formally on Saturday, the 11th of September. And that's where will it be again? Tell our viewers.
At Carnifing Estate Football Field.
Good.
Thank you. All are welcome.
So good luck to the All People's Salvation Party, led by Kalilu Sambou Barrow. Thank you very much. Sambou Jakamo Kalilu Barrow bitung badum kole yaro. Allah ko be nyale. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Barrow and Mr. Njai, lecturer, University of the Gambia, and our specialist analyst here in this panel. Well, we have to thank the Democratic Party leader, Dumbuya, for giving his thoughts on the way forward for his party and his perspective on how the Gambia should be governed, beginning, of course, from the 2021 elections, when everybody believed that should be a turning point. We will be back next week, perhaps with more representatives from different political parties. the brunch on Kerr Fatou. And time to thank and congratulate Kerr Fatou team for being voted TV platform, which is the internet platform of the TV of the year at last night's GPU awards. Congratulations to Kerr Fatou and all the people who receive, all the journalists who receive awards from the various categories. We'll be back next week. Until then, Lamin Cham wishing you have a great weekend.
Gamcell data, now even better. Enjoy 20% extra data on all Gamcell data bundles. Buy 20 megabytes and get extra 4 megabytes. Buy 50 megabytes and get extra 10 megabytes. Buy 100 megabytes and get extra 20 megabytes. Any amount of Gamcell data bundle you buy, you will receive 20% extra data for free. Dial *302* data amount hash or go to your Yaiborom menu and choose your data bundle now. Gamcell data, it's fast, lasts longer and very reliable. Gamcell Yaiborom.
For all your pastry, bakery and quality food, CK Restaurant is the only place to be. We do catering for birthdays, weddings and all related services. We have all kinds of local foods, American, European and even beyond. Come and have a taste of our local juice, ebe and other services. At CK Restaurant, customer satisfaction is our priority.
Planning to have an uninterrupted electricity and water supply from solar energy in the Gambia and beyond? Worry no more, because Solar Enterprise will provide you with the solutions at reasonable cost. We have experienced personnel who can install and advise you about your electricity and water supply with a warranty period. We have good quality solar products from North America and Europe. We provide services and sell products to individuals, organizations, institutions, private offices, communities, and government. These products are solar panels, batteries, charge controllers, inverters, water pump, water heaters, freezers, submersible pumps, and general solar accessories. Visit our stores at 48 Karaba Avenue and Brusubi Highway, or you can call us on 7657-479-980-8483, 340-9400 or 635-9906.
We live in a day and age where technology is creating a world without borders, filled with unlimited potential to improve the lives of the people around us. Innovarex Global Health ushers in a new way of leveling the playing field with increased access to quality healthcare services delivered at your doorstep. Our qualified professionals are equipped with state-of-the-art point-of-care testing technology to conduct tests such as kidney function, liver function, electrolyte tests, body composition, hemoglobin, A1C, and many more services with the highest efficiency in delivering results. The addition to our flagship Wellness on Wheels, more fondly known as WOW Delivery Service, brings the entire clinical experience full circle. IGH has remained committed to creating the future of healthcare delivery. Gone are the days of sending loved ones outside the country for basic medical services. Innovarex Global Health offers a new peace of mind and takes pride in delivering the quality of care we all deserve.